Welcome to GPS Report, folks. We are honored and privileged today to have our delegate from the 21st District, the Honorable Delegate Kelly Convirs Fowler. There she is. How you doing there today, Delegate?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Really good. Happy that you came out for this meet and greet. Real quick, Kelly, I get a lot of questions. People asking me, what is your ethnicity? They know that you're part Filipino, but you're actually, one of two of the first Asian women in the assembly and one of three first Latina women. So can you kind of break it down for my audience?
Yeah, absolutely. My grandfather, I have two grandfathers, one that raised me and one that was my actual biological grandfather. And they both came from the Philippines, and they both served their country and earned their citizenship here. So I was brought up in a Filipino household with my mother's family, and also, biologically, also with my real grandfather, who was Filipino, who later on in my life I had a relationship with. So I have the cultural background growing up in the household. My mother, I was with my grandmother a lot, and my grandfather. So there's a lot there. We recently did the Ancestry.com because we wanted to see, and it actually was interesting to see where it said 23% Filipino, and it said also some other little bits and percentages from a little bit over, into Asia and the Pacific Islands and Portugal. I have some there, and my Hispanic background actually kind of roots from Portugal and Spain. So
Gotcha.
I have a lot there. So
are you getting a lot of folks reaching out to you from all over Virginia, from both the Latino and the Filipino, or the Asian and the Filipino community?
Absolutely, and I have a very close connection in this area, especially in Hampton Roads, growing up here and feeling at home in the community and feeling that this is where I am. And we have a higher Filipino population in our community, though. So I do more with the Filipino community than I do with Hispanic. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. And just a quick reminder for some of the audience, you went to Tallwood High School, obviously, graduated. You're a millennial. And then you went to college at undergrad at ODU, correct?
I did my undergrad at Virginia Wesleyan.
And then what did you study in undergrad there, Kelly?
Psychology and criminal justice.
Okay, and then you went on to get your master's at ODU.
I did. Okay. I got my master's in education and became a teacher.
Okay, and so you did that for a few years. You were in the school system.
I did.
And then you got your real estate license. What made you decide to do that?
Yeah, I got my real estate license around 2013-ish. My husband and I had renovated some historic houses. I just had a little bit of a passion for history, and did a handful of houses out in Portsmouth, historic ones with those big, beautiful front porches and things. And I wanted to go ahead and sell them myself, and I've always had a little bit of ambition. So I wanted to sell them myself versus getting a real estate agent. So when I went on maternity leave with my second daughter, I was actually able to get my license, and then it kind of took off. This military community, I thrive well at it, being able to advocate for military families. So I took off, my team took off, and I have a team of women in real estate. So.
And that team of women helped your political career. What made you decide to run for office, Delegate Fowler?
I decided to run for office. I just wanted to be more actively engaged. That's how it started. After 2016, those elections, I realized that I needed to really have an active voice. So it really had nothing to do with party. It really just had to do with being a responsible citizen. And as I became more actively engaged, and I have two daughters.
Gotcha.
And so as I became more actively engaged, I realized that I could serve my community in this way. And so that's history from there.
142 women ran in this midterm, 116 won, so 42%. What's your feeling about that, just this rise of women running for office?
I think that women are taking their place at the table. I think they are seeing it as a responsibility, that they know they can do a good job. They just needed to feel like empowered to do it. I know I did it for my daughters to show them that they could do anything that they wanted to do. And I feel like, it's time. It just might be happening at a more rapid pace than probably as gradually it could be. But we are at record numbers in the General Assembly, and all over we're hitting record numbers of women in office. So
that's a great thing. Real quick, so coming up, obviously you guys are in the sessions of February, March?
January 7th.
What's upcoming on your plate? A couple, 2 or 3 things maybe that you might try to get pushed through legislation.
I'm mostly working on things right here in Hampton Roads that are going to be helpful. The bills that I'm going to be putting up are 2 real estate bills that have to do with disclosures. So having to disclose that you're in a flood zone, which is a huge issue here in Virginia Beach and Hampton Roads. So disclosing you're in a flood zone and disclosing also if you had a stormwater maintenance facility on your property, which sounds really technical, but it also has to do with flooding. And also working with military spouses, I'm going to have a bill that's going to make it easier for reciprocity with licensure. So we already did that last year with teaching licenses for military spouses, but we want to make it easier for other professions like cosmetology and things like that, where it shouldn't be as difficult. You shouldn't have to redo your courses because the military takes you somewhere else.
What's the most enjoyable thing about being a freshman on the Virginia State Assembly in this first year coming up for you?
Most enjoyable thing. I don't think I've gotten asked that. I think it's connected me back to my roots and my community more than I ever thought I even needed to be. I didn't realize that I had, the community that I wasn't even connecting with, that I could do so much for, and they could do so much for me. So I'm trying to embrace everything I can, and I appreciate being embraced, and hopefully just be as productive and as efficient as I can be, and for as long as I'm needed.
Well, we appreciate the time, Delegate Fowler. You guys have a great turnaround time with your phones. And if folks are interested, can they go to like a Facebook site or a website?
Absolutely. If you go to delegatefowler.com, it has all my information, how to reach me, how to reach my office, contact information. You can sign up for a newsletter to stay informed. And also, we have an office in the district, and we really are focused on constituent services. There are so many things that I did not realize that your legislator can do for you. So it's really important to me to communicate that. So we have some little flyers that we give out just to say, hey, put this on your fridge. It's my contact info, and also a list of things that my office can do for you. We have liaisons, like a book like this thick, in every agency. So it's really good if you're having an issue anywhere, DMV, local office, any agency, state, federal, local, we can help, and just give us a call. And even if you're not in my district, we will help get you to the right place.
Delegate Fowler, we really appreciate your time today, and have a fun at the Philippine Cultural Center. I know they have a meet and greet for you in the other room, and they're looking forward to meeting you. Thank you.
Thank you.